There are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who moil for gold. The Arctic trails have their secret tales that would make your blood run cold. The northern lights have seen queer sights, but the queerest they ever did see was at night on the marge of Lake LaBarge, where I cremated Sam McGee. Now, Sam McGee was from Tennessee, where the cotton blooms and grows. Why he left his home in the south to roam around the pole, God only knows. He was always cold, but that Arctic cold seemed to hold him like a spell. And he'd often say in his homey way, "I'd rather live in hell." On Christmas Day, we were mushing our way over the Dawson Trail, speaking our cold through the parka's fold, stabbed like a driven nail. If our eyes we closed, the lashes froze until we couldn't see. It wasn't fun, but the only one to complain was Sam McGee. That very night we lay packed tight in our robes beneath the snow. The dogs were fed, the stars overhead were dancing heel to toe. And he turns to me, and "Captain," says he, "I'll cash in this trip, I guess. And if I do, I'm hoping you won't refuse my last request." Well, he seemed so low I couldn't say no. Then he said with a sort of moan, "It's the cursed cold, and it's got right hold, till I'm chilled clear through to the bone. Yet 'tain't being dead, it's awful dread of the icy graves that pains. So I want you to swear that foul or fair, you'll cremate my last remains." Well, a friend's last need is a thing to heed. I swore I would not fail. We started on at the break of dawn. God, he looked awfully pale. He crouched in the sleigh, and he raved all day about his home in Tennessee. And before nightfall, a corpse was all was left of Sam McGee. Well, there wasn't a breath in that land of death as I hurried horror-driven, with a corpse half hid that I couldn't get rid because of a promise given. He was lashed to the sleigh, and he seemed to say, "You may tax your brawn and brain, but you promised true, now it's up to you to cremate my last remains." Well, a promise made is a debt unpaid. The trail has its own stern code. In days to come, though my lips were numb, and my heart how I cursed that load. And every night, by the lone firelight, the huskies round in a ring howled out their woes to the homeless snows. Oh God, how I loathed that thing. And every day that quiet clay seemed to heavier and heavier grow. But on I went, though the dogs was spent, and the grub was getting low. The trail was bad, and I felt half mad, but I swore I would not give in. I'd often sing to the hateful thing, and it hearkened with a grin. Then I came to a marge of Lake LaBarge. There a derelict it lay. It was stuck in the ice. I saw in the trice it was named the Alice May. I looked at it, and I thought a bit, and I looked at my frozen chum, and then here, said I with a sudden cry, is my crematorium. Some planks I tore from the cabin floor and lit the boiler fire. Some coal I found laying on the ground and piled the fuel higher. Oh, the flames they soared, the furnace roared, such a blaze you seldom see. And I burrowed a hole in the blazing coal and stuffed in Sam McGee. I made a hike, for I didn't like to hear him sizzle so. The heavens scowled and the huskies howled. The wind began to blow. It was icy cold, but the hot sweat rolled down my cheek. I don't know why. And the greasy smoke in an aching cloak was streaking down the sky. I do not know how long in the snow I wrestled with grisly fear, but the stars came out and danced about, ere again I ventured near. I was full of dread, but I bravely said, "I'll just take a peep inside." "I guess he's cooked. It's time I look." The door I opened wide. And there sat Sam, looking cool and calm in the heart of the furnace roar. He wore a smile you could see a mile when he said, "Please close the door. I'm fine in here, but I greatly fear you'll let in the cold and storm. Since I left Plum Tree down in Tennessee, it's the first time I've been warm." There are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who moil for gold. The Arctic trails have their secret tales that would make your blood run cold. The northern lights have seen queer sights, but the queerest they ever did see was the night on the marge of Lake LaBarge, where I cremated Sam McGee.